everybody. Welcome into Farm Cooking with Nan. Today we are I'm just going to do some deviled eggs. I'm going to make them the way I'm making them for me, okay? So Pop loves them too, but he doesn't know the difference when I make them like these. So let's get our pot on and get it going. Here we go. Turn on my eye. I've got about, can you see how much water's in that? Probably about that far up in my pan. Hang on. Let me put my small eye on. Now I've got 6 eggs. This is cold water. And I'm going to put these eggs in there. Careful not to hit them or whatever, because you don't want your egg white to come out of your shell and fluff up. But it don't ruin it if it does, you know. So we're going to get this started cooking, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Okay, just started boiling. I'm going to turn my eye off, and I'm going to just shut that down like that, put the lid on it, and I'm going to let it set 10 minutes. They've sat here 10 minutes. I love this little pan because it can drain and just do everything that I need it to do. Well, it looks like one of my eggs, you see the little bit of, I must have had a little crack in that one. You know, but I can still use it. Let's put the lid back on it. See the little ventilation? I'm going to drain these off. I'm going to grab my pan after it's drained. Pour me in some ice and some water. I'm going to let that just set for just a little while. I'm going to pour just a little bit of cold water in there. You know, look how easy that this is. There's a little skim that gets started. You just get that skim started in there. And all you do is just roll it off. And I'll put it back in my little bowl. That's all we got to do. I would be using the sink, but I've got dishes in the sink that have just been washed. And see, that's all you got to do. I'm going to peel the rest of them and be right back. Okay, we've got our eggs right here. First thing I'm going to do is make sure they all sliced. They all just slid. There was one, the one that I told you, it looked like it had a little, crack in it, and that it had come out just a little bit. That one slid right out of its shell. If you will do like, and look how soft. This is the one that has the little bit of extra. So be gentle with it. It'll be the one I test, you know. It'll be the one that I try. But these all came out, no hunks. A little piece of eggshell. Hang on a minute. But this is really good. These are, I don't know exactly. Hang on just a second, and I will Google it for you all. Wait just a minute. Okay, I just wanted to double check. My camera's crooked. I just wanted to double check. There is 6 grams of protein in a boiled egg. So anybody that's wanting to know that, look, it just pops right out. Then I'll go ahead and put my egg into the little carrier. I usually use a fork for that. Hang on a minute. But these are so simple. I mean, and eggs are so... Uh-oh. Hang on a minute. Let me see what's happening. I'm sorry. Amazon delivering. So, but eggs are so good for us. I mean, you're getting good protein there. And I know that whenever I'm real hungry, an egg will definitely satisfy that hunger. You know, I mean, it's filling. And I know I don't eat them for breakfast. That's my little tore up one. But I don't eat them for breakfast. I mean, I wished I did. But youngins, when I wake up, I am not hungry. And I'm going to tell you, this may be wrong. But I went to my doctor's office yesterday and was talking to them about it. And they said, I said, I'm making myself eat. Not like that it's taking my hunger away. But that's the way I am. I am not a breakfast or a lunch eater. I eat just a little bit for lunch if I eat anything. So I've been trying to make myself get up and have a shake in the morning. Let me put that ratty one down there with the other one. It was the one that had sort of had a little spill, you know. Okay, all we're going to do now, so they just told me, if you're not hungry, don't eat. And I said, okay, I definitely will try that. So that's what I'm doing. I started today. I got up and I did have half of a protein shake about right before lunch. It was sort of like my in-between breakfast and lunch, feeling like I did need to have a little bit of protein. Wasn't that I was hungry, but I just thought, well, I'm going to take a few sips, and when I feel too full, I'll stop, okay? So here we go. I'm going to set that to the side, and I'm going to take, let me see right here what I've got. Where's my fork? Well, that fork's got something on it. Hang on just a second. And I know that you're going to say, oh, Nan, there is sugar in this. I only use 3 pickles to the whole. 3 little pickles is all I use. Ooh, that was bread and butter pickles. And all I'm going to do is just take my knife and just cut them in little tiny pieces. A lot of times I'll chop them. But you know, if you got one little piece in an egg and you don't get it, you don't have to do this. I'm just saying, I love bread and butter pickles so much that if I'm going to have just a spot of sugar in that, this is what I'm going to use. Let me grab my towel here. Okay, let's start. I'm going to put about a teaspoon of mustard. This is just prepared mustard. It's not anything special, any kind of special mustard. And the 3 little pickles, these are optional. You do not have to put those in there. Absolutely not. But that's optional. But I just can't imagine. I've always made pickles with, deviled eggs with pickles. And so I'm going to put 1 big spoonful and see if that's enough. This is a serving spoon. So I'll put 1 heaping serving spoon and see if that's enough. That'll be plenty. I'm going to put a little bit of salt and pepper. Pinch of black pepper. Pinch of salt. Just a pinch. If you say, Nan, I don't know how much a pinch is. Just a pinch. Pinch with your fingers. Now, I don't load mine in. Let me make sure I've got everything in here. At this point, you can use whatever you want to. If you want to chop you up some fine onion, or you want to put a little bit of onion powder, you can put a little bit of onion powder. You can put a little bit of garlic powder, whatever fits your thing. You know what I'm saying? I just use my little spoon or fork to fill mine. You can load it into into one of those little piping bags, and you can pipe it. But if I was maybe taking it somewhere where somebody, you know, to church or something like that, I might just do that. Pipe it so it would look pretty. But I think this just looks old-fashioned. I think it looks old-fashioned. So I just load them up like this. You put in them whatever you put in yours. Hey, you know, just one little, I usually try to get one little piece of pickle in each one. And then whenever I get all these done, if I have extra left over, I'm talking about the yellow. If I have extra left over, I will go back, and I tore that one when I was opening it up. But when you put this in there, it will hold it together. See? But if I have any extra, I'll go back and see if I need to put a little bit more in some of the others. And this may sound crazy, but at nighttime, sometimes when I just feel like, oh, I'm so empty and I'm hungry, and late at nights when I get hungry, because during the day I just don't, and I have to make myself eat something. That's the way it's always been. It's not any different now. That's the way I've always done, is I always have been very, very hungry late at night. So sometimes just an egg like this, just an egg will definitely make you feel fuller, is what I was going to say. It will make you feel fuller. This is the ones that had the little place on it that got, now we've got a little bit left. Look at that, we got enough probably for, now at this point you can just say, okay, I'm just gonna have one without the white, which my husband, eggs tend to bother him sometimes. So he likes the egg yellow. He does. So he usually eats the egg yellow part out that I make. And then he just does away with the white. We give it to the dogs because eggs are good for your dogs. Okay, so makes them feel like they're getting a treat, and you're getting a treat too. And it's good for them. Okay. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. I don't think I need to put that in there. My pot with my shells is in there. But look at these. Isn't that going to be good? Isn't that going to be good? You put that in my bowl, and then we'll talk just a second. I'm going to get a picture when this is over and try to show you all. But I just wanted to say thank you for coming on with me today. I know you don't have to, but I really, really appreciate it. I love making deviled eggs. They're so easy, and sometimes when I get to thinking late at night, it'll be 12 o'clock at night, and I'll be sitting in there maybe reading my Bible or working a little on the computer, and I'll think, wow, I need to go in there. It only takes 10 minutes. As soon as you get your eggs to boiling, turn the eye off, put the lid on, and let them steam. And it just does something to the shells too. Drain off the water, give that pot a shake till you just crack them all to pieces. Throw you some ice and some ice water in there on them, and you can peel them right in the pot. They'll be so easy. Just a little bit of table mustard. You don't even have to put as much as I did, or leave it out. Put you a little bit of pickles or a little bit of onion in there. Some onion powder, some garlic powder, however you like them. You can put in them whatever you want. I even have had them with a little piece of bacon on top of them. You have to be ready to serve them when you do that, because you don't want your bacon to get soggy. But that's really good too. So there's lots of ways that you can make your deviled eggs. These deviled eggs I can eat, I can have. They're good protein, and just that tiny little, three little pickles to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to 12 of these definitely is not too much for me. I mean, you're only getting a fraction, so I don't think I'm going to sugar overload. So let's make us some deviled eggs today. They're a good side dish. We're having grilled chicken, and I've got some grilled vegetables, and we're going to have some, Pop's having mashed potatoes and green beans, and he can have a deviled egg and a roll, and he's had a meal, okay? So I'm going to go. Want you to know how much I love you all and appreciate it. I can never say enough how much I appreciate you watching with me, because you're like family to me. You all are my family, and I love you all. I check on you whenever something's wrong. Y'all, send me messages on Messenger and tell me what's going on in your family, and that's when somebody needs prayer, and I appreciate that so very much. I do pray for each one of you and your family daily, and I appreciate your prayers for me each day. I love you all, and I want you to know how much that God loves you. Don't ever forget that, young'uns. I feel like we're closer than ever to Him splitting the eastern skies. Please be ready. Don't put it off another day, okay? Please, please. I want us to be together in heaven. And please don't put it off, young'uns. Make it right with the Lord today. He loves you so very much. I will see you next time, Lord willing, okay? Bye-bye.